I know it's been a while. Things have got a little crazy. But with this, it's to be expected. I was reminded that I was going to tell you about it hurts. But after a while, for some reason, you know it hurts, but it's just becomes part of it. It's been a few months since I got diagnosed. It was the end of May, and now it's middle of October, so we've been dealing for a while. The first hurt is telling everybody you've got it, because that's seeing people you care about upset isn't fun, and it hurts you because you know you've hurt them. It wasn't on purpose, but no matter what, you've hurt them. And then you have to go through the doctor's appointments and the scans, and that's also a hurt. The doctor's appointments are hurting because you're scared, and now you know that you're putting a lot of your future into what they say. You're not sure. I mean, they're doctors, they're human. They don't know. They're doing their best guess. And then, of course, the surgery hurts. I don't know about you guys. I'm not good with IVs. I bruise. They hurt. After a while, the needles are just needles. So I went through 2 surgeries. I got E. coli. And then they had to drain where my surgeries were twice. They used a needle and a siphon. I was so sick then, I didn't care. It didn't matter what hurt the rest of me felt, because I was to that point of it didn't matter, because everything hurt and I just felt bad. We get over that, and then the plans hurt, because every time you turn around, you're having to go to the doctor, or you're having to do something new, and you're still dealing with the people that you know, or who don't know, who've been told that you have cancer, and you're dealing with them saying, "Are you okay? What can we do?" Guess what? I'm not okay, and there's nothing you can do. And it gets painful to say, "Oh yes, I'm okay, and we're doing good." But honestly and truly, we had, I was still able to do some stuff, and Brady was great, and we had people, who were wonderful. I mean, they give cards and stuff. I had a lot of help watching Cam, which was my biggest worry. And then I broke my neck. But the problem with that is I didn't know it was broken. No one knew. And I was in so much pain that I was crying, and I was almost yelling, which was freaking out my little girl. And that hurts, because it's not just physical. You hurt that you don't know what's going on. You just know it hurts so bad, and people are looking at you, and they don't know why, and they kind of make their own guesses. I even went to a doctor, and they did an x-ray, and they said it's just a pinched nerve, and gave me a shot or 2 shots. It sent me home. And I called back, and I said, "This is not working." "Well, we gotta get a few more days." I am sitting, and I am barely being able to move, and I'm holding my head and my neck, because if I move anyway, I'm in excruciating pain. And then I was scheduled to have a port put in, and I did not know I was going to get through That's surgery, because even if it's minor surgery, according to them, it's still surgery. And we got called on the way to the hospital to turn around and go back because they had found cancer in my neck. That probably saved me from being a paraplegic. The chiropractor who told me no, and in my head I was so mad. It's like, why won't somebody help me? Save me from being a paraplegic. The bone I broke is right up at the top. I broke it in the front. I didn't even know that. No one saw fit to tell me. It's broken in the front. It's like, so they're telling us, we've done scans at the neurologist, and then they're telling us on the way home, we have to go somewhere to get this on. And they're trying to put it on, and I am still in a massive amount of pain. And they're like, they're acting like I'm being rude. It's not rude. It is pain. And until you hurt that much, you don't understand it. It doesn't mean we're stupid. It just means we hurt. So we got that through. And then this thing it's not that it hurts, it's uncomfortable. I can't move my jaw, of course. I really can't twist, which is a good thing. But I look like that. But there's a lot of other pains that come with the cancer diagnosis, besides being scared and not knowing what's going on. The radiation, during the actual radiation itself, it didn't hurt. The after effects of radiation hurt because it burns. Where it burned on me was the inside of my throat. So there was a week I couldn't eat because it hurt to swallow. It hurt to swallow water. They gave me numbing stuff. Well, it was hard to take the numbing stuff. One, it tasted horrible. And two, it didn't work enough because it was down here that was burnt, not up here. And then it made it easy to choke. So we got through that. Because the cancer I have is fed by hormones. They are medically putting me into menopause. So at one time, you still have your period, and then you have hot flashes. And you have all the hormones going around for both. And that hurts because you're hurting the people around you, because you may not know you're going a little insane, but you're going a little insane. Everything irritates you, and it doesn't matter. And that's because you're being pumped full of all of this stuff. One of the ways they put you into medically induced hormone menopause is they give you a shot once a month, and they implant a pellet in your stomach every other month. It is such a painful shot, they will use cold freeze, so it numbs where they're putting it. Then once a month, because I have broken the bone, or the cancer broke the bone, I'm getting an infusion to make my bones stronger. But I have to make sure I have more than enough calcium or it will destroy my jaw. It's like, okay, we'll do our best. The last time I went to get the infusion and the pellet shot, they had a student or a volunteer, and they asked my permission if he could do it. Sure, I'm a teacher. We love teaching. If I can help someone learn to help somebody else later on, let's do this. You could tell he was new because, they did the numb spray, they got out the needle, and he looked down, he went, oh, it's not that bad. And I just smiled at him and said, it's okay. It hurts. There's not much of this that doesn't hurt. And then the IV for the infusion. The infusion I have lasts about 20-30 minutes, and then they have to clean it for 6 minutes to 8. So it must be some pretty stout stuff. Sitting there with the needle in, the first time didn't bother me too bad. This last time, I could feel the medication going in through my vein, and it hurt, and I wasn't supposed to. But they could only use one arm. The other arm is unusable for anything anymore. The other thing that hurts is going, when the few times I do go out in public, because it's part of the way they keep me sane, is to leave these 4 walls. People either do one of 2 things. They either stare, and most of them think you've been in a car accident. They ignore you, and it makes my little girl uncomfortable. It makes me uncomfortable to a point. A lot of people are just nice, and they try to be nice, and that's appreciated. The other thing that hurts is that you have to rely on everybody for a lot. And I'm lucky. I am blessed. I have people who I can rely on and who I can trust. I was going to radiation every single day. I am not allowed to drive for obvious reasons, and the medication. I have not driven since June. I still have to be where I need to be. And you feel bad because you were asking these people to break up their day to do something for you every single day, 10 days in a row. We've had to make arrangements for her going to school. We've had to make arrangements for just about everything. I will tell you, Kroger delivery is fabulous. A lot of things will deliver, so you don't have to do that anymore. But that's still, you're hoping that they do the things that you would do, which is not always right. It also hurts when people forget. I am also lucky in that I have people who love me and who still will check up on me and make sure I'm doing okay. But there are a lot of times you're by yourself and you're alone. And those are the times when your brain can make you hurt worse because you go into the what ifs. Those what ifs get compounded by other people. And we're going to talk about that on the next one. Thanks. And yes, I'm doing okay.